Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to your March 2021 reading. I'm so excited you are here. If this is your first time here, thanks so much for joining me. If you are returning, thanks so much for coming back. I absolutely love and appreciate every single comment, all of your likes, any shares. Every time you hit that bell or that subscription button, I appreciate and I feel your energy. So thank you so much for that. All right, so March 2021. Well, February 26th, 27th, there is a full moon in Virgo. And I really thought, it's kind of interesting that this month of March is starting as February is finishing on this full moon. So I went to the Moonology Oracle deck and I wanted to look up the teaching from the book in the Moonology deck. And this is what it says. It says the full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home and office. It's time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also time to clear out your energies via salt baths, meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. And I just thought, I also want to read this, the Attuned to the Moon. Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. And I thought that was a beautiful way really to be starting this month of March. So as we get into each reading, I just wanted to, keep in mind that as we are embracing this new month of March, we are ending February with this beautiful full moon in Virgo. Aries, 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 Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever else you find it in your chart. All right, so I just did your shuffle and I felt, you know what? I don't know what's going on, but you guys needed I felt really that, let's start with taking a nice big deep breath, guys. One more. All right, Aries. Whew. It was very like, woo. All right, so welcome to your March reading. Let's get right into this. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Keep in mind, this is a general reading, so it might not resonate with everybody. If you don't find resonation with this, maybe go check out your moon sign or your Venus sign, your rising sign. Maybe you have a lot of one sign in your chart. Maybe check out something like that. All right, Aries, Aries, for the month of March here. Month of March. Finishing with that full moon in Virgo. All right, Aries. Current energy here for Aries for the month of March. Overall energy here for Aries for the month of March. Thank you, Spirit. Messenger of Fire. Beautiful. Knight of Wands. Okay, heart of the matter here for the month of March. What is the heart of the matter here? Wow, and yourself. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? We have the Queen of Fire, the Messenger of Fire. What are you afraid of here, Aries? What is Two of Swords? Okay, past influence that is supporting the Aries. We have patience and the Page of Air, past influence that is challenging. Okay, Two of Wands. Okay, what does the Aries promise themselves for this month, Spirit? Thank you. Four of Wands. Wow. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. All right, and potential result here. Five of Cups. All right, let's start there. We have 10 of Earth on the bottom here. Wow, Aries, with the Empress behind that. To me, this is about very much just embracing, like the 10 of Earth here. That's about embracing this like complete happiness, financially, finding that wholesome. And with the Empress behind that, to me, this is very much like the energy of where you are manifesting and really co-creating here with Spirit to like bring in what it is that you are really after this month. Wow. All right, so current energy here, look at what we got. We have the Messenger of Fire, which is the Knight of Wands. This current energy to me, Aries, I really feel like is where you are just embracing this version within inside of self. Look at this. We have the Lovers and the Eight of Pentacles that came out there to clarify that. To me, this is like where, this can definitely be a relationship of some sort. It certainly has that energy. But the Lovers to me is always about duality. And often, you'll hear me say that in so many of my readings. You know, we are made up of both divine masculine and divine feminine energies, and we must have this wholesome kind of energy within inside of self. You see, and with the Eight of Pentacles that came out here, I do feel like there is work to be done. I feel like that's what this is clarifying, is that there is some sort of work here that needs to continue to be put in, whether it is within a relationship or it's within that energy and that understanding of self here, you know, because that messenger of fire, that Knight of Wands, that is very much about embracing your own passion, your own authenticity, your own light within inside of self. I do feel like there is, especially with this Eight of Pentacles, I feel for some reason that this Eight of Pentacles is almost very like, it feels heavy, which is really weird because it doesn't usually feel like, it's not very, it's not a heavy justice. Okay. You know, it's not, the Eight of Pentacles isn't in a heavy energy, but to me, this is about like the balance and the justice that is coming here from you continuing to put in work here, acknowledging that there needs to be this continued growth within inside of self here. All right, so let's see, heart of the matter. For the month of March, we had you in your divine feminine energy here with the Queen of Fire. Wow, the Empress, guys. Okay. You know, to me, this heart of the matter, especially when this is the current or the overall energy here for the month, I do feel, Aries, that it is very much about connecting to your authenticity right now. What does Aries need? You know, what is sparking Aries' passion? What can Aries do here to, you know, embrace their own power, embrace their own light? What can Aries do here to manifest and co-create? Well, that's way too many. Teamwork, wow. Okay, wow. Okay, so for the heart of the matter here, I was only going to take another one, but with the Empress here, we also had the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Five of Wands. You know, I do feel like this heart of the matter here is where, guys, for some of you, there can definitely be some sort of growth, some sort of heartache that you are having to leave behind, especially with this Two of Wands and the Five of Cups here. This is about making the choice to leave behind the heartache and the pain and the sadness, especially when that Five of Wands is even at the end, because that's about the growth and the leveling up. The acknowledgement that you have to do some challenging climbs here. There has to be some growth within inside of self. You know, this Two of Wands, this change of direction, not going to be easy, okay? It's not an easy choice here. I feel like it's one that's really weighing heavy on you right now, okay? I really do, because it is about creating and manifesting here a life that you are wanting to build. And I do feel like when this is the heart of the matter, it's like you had to do this change. And there's like, okay, don't lose faith here that teamwork is not going to ever be a thing. You know, it's like you're being asked to do the growth and asked to do the change, but keeping yourself open, you know, like doing that change. And that, because the Empress is very nurturing, she's a very growing kind of energy, and to me this energy is like there's still growth to be done here, but keep yourself very open, keep yourself nurturing, keep yourself in that loving state of energy, because what you are afraid of here is the blockage, right? What you are afraid of here is I feel like where you could be going stale, where you could almost, I feel like that fear that you have here, yeah, is that blockage to the happiness, is that blockage to some sort of fulfillment, some sort of, you know, the Six of Cups oftentimes has that kind of soulmate, mirroring kind of relationship to it. But I do find, like, look at this lineup, the Sun, the Six of Cups, the Chariot, and the Knight of Wands again here. You know, and I feel like when what you're afraid of here is this Two of Swords, it's this blockage from the happiness, from this kind of wholesome, reflective, beautiful, nurturing kind of relationship, from the forward movement, from embracing your light. You know, I feel like, you know, Aries, you guys got a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie, Pisces was like this beautiful, very light reading, and yours feels very heavy and very conflicted and very challenging. I feel like you guys are feeling very stuck here, Aries. I do feel like you're in this energy space of being like, well, what the fuck, you know? But it's very much about continuing to embrace that light within inside of self, acknowledging, and not with one thing that I do need to point out, you know, the spirit guides are making this very clear, is don't burn yourself out. You know, the past influence here that is supporting you was the patience and the Ace of Air. And to me, this is where you were patient in the truth coming. Okay, there was some sort of truth here that needed to come, and this was the energy of the Temperance, being kind of in the energy of learning the lessons, even, you know, really understanding and learning to be very clear in this new beginning, in this new. And see, and I kind of feel like that's maybe why this is the way that it is. You know, for some of you, it's definitely with, you know, it can definitely be based off of some sort of relationship here. But there is this challenge I feel that happened with inside a self. I feel like whatever the external situation was, it rattled that light within inside of yourself. I feel like it just made you question because that's where this is, right? This is the reflection within inside of self. And I feel like that's kind of what hung you up here. It was like that, wait a minute, how did I miss this? Or, you know, or wait a minute, how did I get hung up in something like this again? You know? Whoa, 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 whoa. No, there's one that's over. Okay, we have the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Cups here, clarifying this past influence that's supporting you. And I feel like there was positive change. I feel like what was supporting you here, especially when it clarifies this Temperance and this Ace of Air, this is that truth, okay? This is clarity. This is truth coming forward. That is some sort of download, some sort of understanding. And I feel like really what was supporting you here was there was some sort of situation, some sort of positive influence, and it really opened you up to look at all the cups here before you. You know, especially in this Temperance energy, because this is about just acknowledging, being present, and seeing things for kind of what they are, right? And to me, that's the Seven of Cups. Was, you know, what was supporting you here in the past was there was some kind of spark that really, maybe it set your, you know, maybe it kind of set your britches on fire so that you actually picked a cup, because the energy of the Seven of Cups can be sometimes that we get hung up in the energy of indecision, you know, and maybe that's what this spark did, right? Maybe that spark in this Ace of Air here where this was that truth that really kind of, you know, that pinprick that was like, hey, dude, pick a cup, you know, pick a path here. All right, what was challenging you? Look at this, Two of Wands, because there was some sort of change in direction that you needed to make within this past influence, and I do feel like it was very challenging. You know what I find so interesting about this card is that poor girl sitting on the back of this giraffe just looks exhausted, you know, and yet she is like, okay, take me forward. And the energy, the spirit energy of the giraffe actually is like, see the bigger picture, and it's beautiful that she just kind of trusts this giraffe, trusts this. You know, to me, seeing the bigger picture, trusting spirit, that spirit sees the bigger picture and spirit is taking the direction here, you know, and I feel like that was what was challenging you, was just acknowledging that spirit was trying to change the direction here. The energy of the Temperance again. Wow. It's interesting that here it was supporting you, and yet it was also challenging you within, because it was really asking you to be honest here. There was a lot of self-accountability and being present, acknowledging the truths, right, of what we're at hand here, and really making and finding that balance so that you can really make that decision. And I feel, you know, that could definitely, ooh, in the Magician. Yeah. You know, I do feel like this challenging energy of this past influence was where there was a direction that needed to be taken, a change of direction that needed to be taken. And it was really causing you to do that wholesome, like that very deep kind of dive into understanding and being accountable here for your present moment, right? And for the powers in which you are using within your own life, okay? Wow. All right, so what do you promise yourself though? And I love this energy because it was the Four of Wands. You promise yourself happiness, Aries. No matter what this confliction is in that you are moving yourself through right now, you promise yourself that you are going to find this happiness, that you are going to, you know, and the Four of Wands is such a beautiful energy that is coming together. So it can be engagements, it can be relationships, it can be just that karmic happiness, feeling abundant, feeling wholesome, feeling thankful and blessed to be in the situation in which you are. It's just that celebrating kind of energy. Wow, Six of Wands and Six of Pentacles here. And the High Priestess, absolutely. What you are promising yourself is, well, you know, when you're promising yourself this happiness and this Four of Wands energy, this this excitement and this joy and this celebration, well, look here. It comes with the liberation of self, the worthiness and the understanding and the growth that you have done here. It also is that acknowledgement, that law of attraction energy with the High Priestess. Like, I feel like this is just, you promise yourself to continue to grow. You promise yourself to continue to show up, to continue to manifest, co-create, see beyond the veils, trust your intuition, but move forward. I feel like no matter what this conflicting growth is here for you at this time, Aries, you are promising yourself to continue to show up, be open-minded, lighthearted, and move forward. Especially when it's like this Six of Pentacles energy, because this is acknowledging that if you are going to want to bring positive things into your life, you are going to have to put positive, wholesome energy out, right? Six of Wands. Gonna have to know that worthiness within inside of self, because in order to receive the blessings within our life, we have to acknowledge that we are worthy to receive those blessings, my friends. Right? And I feel like that is changing. I do feel like you are promising yourself to be like, you know what? And maybe it was a relationship and something went shitty, and it's like where you are just showing up and promising yourself again and again, no, I am solid in myself. No, I am good within myself. I am wholesome. I am, refilling your own light, finding that spark within inside of self. Because I find like the Knight of Wands came out twice here, and these are very much about, embracing that authenticity within inside of self, especially when the Queen of the Queen of Fire, right? And this is you are a fire sign, so those are your energies. But I do feel like it's just that wholesomeness, that spark, that fire, that passion, that liberation, again, within inside of self. And it's not that it's not going to be conflicting, okay? It's not that is going to be an easy growth. Like, I really feel like you guys are going to have to be very accountable for your actions this month. Okay, I do. I feel like, what's challenged you in the past here was where you didn't make the decision. It was very challenging for you to embrace and acknowledge the path that you were to walk down. And I do feel right now, Aries, that there is that shift within inside yourself where you're like, okay, part of the matter is I'm going to have to do this. And isn't it interesting that the Five of Cups came up here in that heart of the matter with this Five of Wands? And the potential result here was the Five of Cups. And that's not a very emotionally easy energy by any means. The Five of Cups is kind of despairing, guys. It is about acknowledging that you have had heartache. There has been heartache. Something broke you. Something made you feel emotionally shitty. Okay, great. Not great, but I mean, that's tough. Good for you for acknowledging it. Now release it. Don't let it be what shifts your outcome here. Don't let that Five of Cups energy be what determines and keeps you stuck here, because that Five of Cups is about acknowledging the healing that has to come. Look, Six of Cups, the Judgment, and the World. Look at that. 20 and 21. Here you are. You're doing this transition through this final phase. Okay, releasing yourself from the shame, releasing yourself from the burdens, and acknowledging that cycle's done. Okay, maybe for some of you, this is a cycle that some sort of love relationship cycles that have continued to repeat themselves again and again and again, because there was lessons and justice and balance that needed to be served within that. You needed to discover that. You needed to find this wholeness within inside yourself. And this potential outcome is you are in this transitional period. You are continuing to move forward to the end of this cycle, my love. So do the healing, release yourself. Do not close yourself off here, because that's not healing. That's burying things further down. Dig them out, pull them out, acknowledge them, see them for what they are worth, and then release them. Free yourself from them. That's a Judgment card. This is acknowledging that you've done the transformation. You're working through the healing, right? You want to go forward from this cycle. You want freedom from this cycle. Aries, what a beautiful March reading. I absolutely love it. I'm not saying this is going to be the easiest month for you guys by any means. I'm not saying it's going to be super, super hard either. I do just feel like there is this piece of self that is going to find peace when you do the work and dig down deep. And it might not be very easy. It might really hurt for a little bit as you dig through the surface layer. But that's the thing about healing those emotional is once you rip the Band-Aid off and just look at the cut, sometimes, it doesn't quite look sometimes the cut looks worse than it actually really is. Wow. Owl spirit here is the energy for you guys to embrace. You can see clearly now, Aries, right? And I feel so much that is what this whole message was about, was that you are seeing this light within inside of self. You are understanding the wholeness and the peace in which you create and you bring into your own world. O, where's O in the alphabet? N-O-P. I'm trying, guys. Here we go. All right, you can see clearly. Owl Spirit arrives to remind you that the wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within the consciousness we all share. Even in the darkest night, the owl sees clearly and is guided by every sense it has, including the first sense of intuition. Right now, your sensitivities are turbocharged and you are receiving messages from all direction. Owl Spirit reminds you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines, what is invisible to the naked eye and what cannot be heard with ears, and what others may not be able to perceive. With all your senses aroused, you have much knowledge available to you. Clarity will come as you sit with all that you are sensing, allowing your intuition to guide you in understanding the whole and not just parts. Let your wisdom arise and be your guide as you trust the acuity of all your senses. Intuition is real and can provide the clarity you need to understand your situation right now. Your relationship, your finances, your job, whatever it is, you can see the truth clearly now. Wow. Aries, what a beautiful, beautiful March reading. You know, I am really proud of you guys because I do feel like there is just this new sense of self here. You know, I do see like you are seeing yourself clearly on such a new level, such an inspiring, truthful level of self. All right, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up because it certainly helps it get it out there. If you haven't yet hit that subscription button, be sure to do so. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a yellow heart or a sunflower emoji in the comment section. At the end of every month, I am drawing a name for a personal free read. So any comments that are yellow hearts or that have a yellow heart in them or a sunflower emoji, those names will be entered into the draw at the end of every month. All right, guys, until next time, take great care of your beautiful souls, Aries. Bye now.